Well, I guess your stock just went up, Golden Boy. Golden Boy. Golden Boy.
Hello, guys. Welcome back to the Football Corner. Welcome back to another live stream, another show, another video on the channel. Big ups to everybody in the chat already live. Very early, guys, man. You're very early. Big up, man. Big up. Tash has always been fraudulent, as always. Yeah, South African guy. Yeah, we got you, man. Yeah, don't worry. It's war soon. It's war soon, innit? Don't worry about that. But big up to Hellboy, obviously laughing at Tash and putting in the message straight away. Welcome to the channel, man. Make sure you're liking the video. Make sure you're subscribing. Big up to Hellboy, man. Always love from you, my brother. Big up to Ozan in the building as well. Saying tasty matchups in the kick in the round of 16 knockout stages. So big up, man. Big up. And Letty being a fraud, obviously, it's calling me Majin Buu. I blame what's his name? I blame Omar for that. Yeah, I blame Omar, and I also blame Staffy. They're both frauds, but big up, man. Big up to Letty. Listen, I am joined by a guy that I wanted to get on the channel for a very long time. It's none other than Michael Talks Football. Hey, Michael, how you doing, my brother? I've been waiting to get you on the channel for a long time, man. For a long time.
It's good to be on. I'm not gonna lie, son. I'm fucking tired. I've been doing streams since 1 a.m. my time every single night for the AFCON and doing coverage of the Asian Cup as well. But now I finally have a day off, and we can talk about the games until they start again on Saturday. Because oh boy, what has transpired so far in this AFCON is nothing short of Netflix worthy. They better be making a Netflix documentary, because what the heck is going on? Not even Michael Bay, one of the worst directors, could even think of this with all the explosions that he does in his movies. This is beyond that. This is like Netflix, Disney, Hulu, everything combined into one, this AFCON. Unreal. But thanks for having me on the channel, bro. Super excited.
Nah, 100%, man, 100%. And the thing is, we're gonna be looking at a few games. We're gonna be speaking about them because there have definitely been some upsets. There have been, great performances. There have been teams that you'd expect to beat the other team, and they've done it very well. So we are definitely gonna get right into it all. But guys, like I said, make sure you're subscribing to the channel. Make sure you're liking the video. Make sure you're also going and subscribing to Michael's channel as well, where you will find all of the AFCON content. You also find Liverpool content, basically football content. So if you are into football, go and subscribe to him. I will be putting his link in the description, so make sure to go over there and show some love to him as well. But yeah, getting into it, and I think the first place I should start is sharing my screen, because we are going to start with round one. The first round of games that were in the and we started off with obviously the hosts kicking it off against Guinea-Bissau, beating them quite comfortably 2-0. We started off with that game. I think listen, Ivory Coast started well in this tournament. A lot of
they started well, and then we'll talk about what happened, because at least it looked all bright. It was all nice flowers, everything going on, and then it just turned into an absolute shit show for them.
bro, a lot has transpired since then. A lot has transpired. We've also got the next day we went with we had 3 games on the day. So it really started to get into the works. And obviously Nigeria started us off with a 1-1 draw with Equatorial Guinea, who my oh my, I think both teams we can speak about. Nigeria, I think they've shown times where they've looked frail, they've looked fragile at times, but then they've showed times where they just had that killer instinct in them to get that goal. You know what I mean? Continue hitting the team and trying to get through. But Equatorial Guinea, this tournament, I think they've smashed it. What are your thoughts on these two teams? Because they've
I mean,
smashed it.
with like Nigeria, it's if Victor Osimhen had shooting boots on, Nigeria would have won all 3 games quite convincingly, in my opinion. But the guy, I don't know what's happened to him at this AFCON. I don't know if it's the pressure, because obviously everybody's going to look at him. He's the main guy for the Super Eagles, and if he's not firing, then you're going to get draws against Equatorial Guinea. But I think overall, I don't think the Super Eagles have been bad. I think people have an assumption with them that, oh, they're going to play this flashy football, JJ Okocha and these guys. They don't have that talent anymore. They just got to play some old school defensive football, get the striker going, and that's how they're going to win the games. I don't see a flashy team. Whereas Equatorial Guinea just said, hey, we're just going to destroy everybody. It don't matter what. They haven't lost the game since September 2022. That's the last time Equatorial Guinea have lost. That is
crazy.
This is not really like a big surprise, but the way they've done it is sensational. Absolutely sensational. I mean, the fact that a 34-year-old striker who plays in the 3rd division of Spain is the top goal scorer. That's AFCON for you. That's AFCON heritage.
Bro, honestly, it's crazy. And I looked at it and I think their whole run has been amazing. Their whole run has been spectacular. Going into this competition and playing in this competition, to be honest. So listen, big ups to Equatorial Guinea, because they are really putting out a show and showing up a lot of teams, how to play. They look very good, very compact and organized when they're playing their games. Another game which was, this is more of a, I don't know whether to call it a surprise, because Egypt are definitely hard hitters, but I think it's more of an aging team now, and I think they're in the transition of kind of finding their way back into the groove of things, or trying to get back in that groove. I think with Salah obviously playing in that team, a lot of them just end up, oh, you know what? Let's just give it to Salah. Let's just pump the ball to Salah. Let's just pump it to Salah constantly. And I think they needed to get out of that mindset of doing that. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on Egypt in this competition so far?
I mean, to be honest, defensively they're a horror show, bro. They remind me of like Spurs, that they defend so naively, and the amount of space that's like the one thing. Egyptian football, is always defensive sound. Always. They don't give you an inch. They don't give you a lot of goals. Last AFCON, they gave up 2 goals the entire tournament. They gave up 6 in the group stage. 6. That's it. That's not Egyptian football. So I don't know what the manager Rui Vittoria is doing, because he's trying to play a defensive high line with a Higazi who's 50 years old, who's basically going to be on a wheelchair soon. Doesn't make it, like, tactically, they look very good going forward. They create a lot of chances. You see Omar Mahmoud and Mustafa Mohammed really doing well. But defensively, you can't trust this team one bit. If they continue with those tactics, they're not going to go far. Hands down. If they go up against a team that are attacking wise so clinical, like, I don't know, like if Cape Verde, I imagine we're going to talk about the last game of the match day 3. If Cape Verde played their first team, Cape Verde would have won that game quite convincingly, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And they got lucky in this game because they were 2-1 down, and then they get, I wouldn't say a dubious penalty, but it was a little bit iffy there. And then Salah obviously converts the penalty. So they kind of got lucky to get a point against Mozambique.
Yeah, no, 100%, because I think Mozambique played well, and to be honest, I think they should have won that game. I think they should have gone on winning that game. Obviously, the penalty there being a bit suspect. Looking like the referees that we are so used to, the VAR that we are so used to in the great Premier League. So you know, what I mean, it was a bit suspect. But moving on to two teams who have from both sides, they just look so different. Ghana at times just they showed promise. They showed that they could do something, but just wasn't able to get over that final hurdle in the group stages, unfortunately. And then on the other side, you have Cape Verde in this team. Where listen, I can't believe that Cape Verde have come out and played how they've played, because they have been amazing. They have been amazing to watch. The football is good. I think just missing a couple of the attackers just didn't have their shooting boots at times. Otherwise, it could have been absolutely floodgates opened, bang bang, goals, goals, goals. Do you know what I mean? But I think that's gonna. I think they could get far in the competition, Cape Verde, because they play very well.
Okay, so this is the statement I've made on my stream. Ghana are the Spurs of international football, or Dortmund or Arsenal. That's what Ghana
Hey,
are.
whoa, hey, whoa!
Sorry, 93%. I had to throw that you guys in
There
there as
you
well.
are.
No,
There you are.
Ghana are these guys are bottlers. I'm sorry, they're bottlers. There's not. They
Yeah.
had this game in control, and they gave up a stupid mistake in the 93rd minute and lose 2-1. They had it in control, and then in the match day 3, we're going to talk about that. Ghana have nobody but to blame themselves for going out in this tournament. It's not because, okay, yes, Cape Verde were very good on the day, but Ghana were just shockingly, just so like coaching wise, nothing, attitude wise, nothing. The whole FA is a mess. I feel bad for Ghanaians that they have to deal with this crap because it's just been repeated. They go out of the group stage again like they did 2 years ago. So this is a country that's won 4 AFCONs. And they're going out like this. It's embarrassing. But yeah, Cape Verde, man, these guys are balling out. They got the one thing Cape Verde got is they got technical ballers like Ryan Mendes. And this is the Bebe that Man United were promised. Because the Bebe I've seen this AFCON, that free kick he scored was ridiculous against Mozambique. Ridiculous.
Oh my goodness.
So they got a lot of good technical ballers. I think that will help them as the tournament goes further. Because in the group stage, you just got to get results. It doesn't matter how you play. It's about getting the results. But maybe then more when we see quality emerge as the favorites. Hey man, Cape Verde can do this. They can actually win this AFCON. I'm not even joking. They can actually win this AFCON. So yeah, I'm hoping to see them make it far.
I'm hoping to see them make it only as far as Morocco and then bang, gone.
Oh yeah, the quarterfinal, yeah.
But
yeah, that's true.
Listen, moving. I don't think we have to say too much about this one. Senegal, the current champions, the cup holders, they are the strongest team in this competition right now. I believe they just look so good. They just look so good right now.
Were they for you the best team in the group stage?
I'm not sure because obviously against Cameroon was a bit of a closer game for me, to be honest.
Yeah, they could have easily drawn that game.
Cameroon was a closer game for me. So I would say that there's definitely they've shown times where they were, I don't want to say fragile, but I want to say they've shown moments where they can get got at. Do you know what I mean? If they come up against a more clinical team, a more better team that's more well versed and well shaped in as a team, to be honest, defensively and going forward. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see how they do, but I wouldn't say completely the strong team. I think if I'm looking at all of the games and I'm looking at group stages, I'd say probably the strongest team for me. It's between Cape Verde and Equatorial Guinea. I'd say are the two strongest teams. That's just for me. But it's crazy to say.
Yeah, it is.
But realistically, that is the truth. But it is crazy. It's crazy that we're saying that when we're looking at all of these great nations, who most of them have, like, even my beloved Morocco, we only have 1 AFCON under our belt. But some of these have 3, 4, 5. You know what I mean? They racked up these. Yeah. I mean, Egypt have racked them up, bro.
Yeah, I mean, the heritage teams are struggling this year. They're definitely struggling big time. But I think Senegal, they were the only team that picks up 9 points. I mean, that midfield is disgusting that they have. It is disgustingly good. Yeah. The fact that they could they got rid of the midfield basically that won them the AFCON last time around and completely changed it around. And now they got Pape Matesar, who's balling. The guy's balling out. He's balling out, man. I can't deny it. Like, I really liked him at Spurs. So seeing him do well for Senegal, yeah, that's pretty good. And the fact that Nico Jackson even comes off the bench, and that's the firepower they have off the bench. That, like, no other team can really compete quality-wise throughout the squad is only Morocco. Those are the only two teams that have the real squad depth throughout the team.
Yeah. No, 100%. I completely agree with you. I completely agree on that. Cameroon and Guinea, two teams who they've had their moments, but no consistency, to be honest. No real consistency in games. I think both of them just haven't had the best of competitions. Cameroon, obviously, being the country that they are, they should be performing a bit better for me, in my personal opinion. But they aren't doing it right now. And I believe Onana came back then.
For this game, no, he didn't come back for this game. He came back for the second game.
He joined them in the second game.
Yeah,
dropped the stinker.
Gee, and then he got dropped for the last game. Oh my!
And he got cut out, bro. I was like, nah. This is.
Do you know who the goalie that replaced him is his cousin?
Really?
Yeah, it's his cousin that replaced.
Yeah,
it was his cousin that replaced. His cousin was really good in that game against Gambia. He saved their asses, but yeah, Cameroon, they're missing a couple of attackers because they didn't take Choupo-Moting, and Buemo's of course injured. So, and then Vincent Aboubakar, who I call Mr. AFCON, he was injured through the group stage. Apparently, he's going to be back for the Super Eagles game on Saturday. But you just see that they are missing some strikers. They just need some. If Mbuemo was there, they would actually be a decent team to watch. But they're all vibes. Do you know all of their goals have been across either set piece, free kick, or corner? That's been all of Cameroon's goals. Nothing with open play. It's all been crosses. It's fascinating to see what they can do against Nigeria. But yeah, Guinea, they're a tough team. I would expect a little bit more from Girassi. Hey, even freaking Naby Keita showed up. I mean, the guy who I always know is in the hospital, he actually showed up in the AFCON. So, yeah. Well, we'll see,
exactly.
man. They're too good. They're two decent teams, I would say.
Yeah. No, 100%, man. I completely agree with that. Here we go, man. Let's get to March rivals, man. Let's get to March rivals. This AFCON for this reason alone has been one of the best for me to see. So big up to these man in it. But Algeria have been so poor. I'm trying to say it without smiling, but it comes out. I apologize to any Algerians who are watching. But they've been poor. They have been poor in this competition. I think Mahrez is massively underperformed. Massively.
No, he's finished.
I think their team at the moment is just, when you talk about an aging team, I think it suits this team the best because they are just, there's too many. Slimani is not up to it anymore. Do you know what I mean? And Mahrez, like you said, is finished. So they have players in their team that are just like, of course, they won the tournament in, I believe it was 2019.
Yeah, 2019. Yeah,
2019. It was 2019 when they won it. But yeah, they need to do a refresh. They need to bring in new players. They need to get other players in. I know Hassan Mawar was playing for them as well.
He was average.
Yeah, you'd expect him to come on and try and do something. He came on and just looked average for me, to be honest. He just looked average for me personally. But what are your thoughts on Algeria?
Man, it's to go back-to-back group stages out of the group stages is just like horrible. I think for Algerian football, they tried to go one last dance, and then one last dance just said, "Here's the retirement paper for all you guys. It's time to go home. It's time to rest up and enjoy life because Belmadi's already gone. He resigned. And I'm pretty sure a lot of these players are going to go, like Bounedjah, Bentaleb, Slimani. I think Mahrez is also going to go because Mahrez, the last two AFCONs, he is lucky he won that AFCON because if he didn't, boy, oh boy, these last two AFCONs, he has been horrible. And you think of a guy like Mahrez. Of course, now he's playing in Saudi Arabia, so he's not playing at the upper echelon level of football. But the guy is quality, but he hasn't shown it at all, or like a desire to show it for Algeria. So yeah, I think this was like sort of, all right, we're gonna go one last time, guys. Can we rally the troops? And nada. They got nothing. And
nothing.
I mean, the fact that they lost to Mauritania is even worse. Like this is okay. Angola, we see, you know, okay, they won the group, but losing to Mauritania, that was horrible. Absolutely. And they didn't show any desire to get back into the game. And Belmadi has no tactics. The guy is just basically, I don't know, Jorge Sampaoli. Do you know Sampaoli, the Argentinian manager? They're just vibes. They try and play rock and roll football with no tactics, and that's what it was basically watching Algeria.
Put a team out there. Let's see what they can do with energy. Let's just motivational speech. Put a team out there. You lot do what you're gonna do in it.
Yeah. I mean, the fans were pissed off as well because they went they tried to storm the hotel after the game when they lost to Mauritania. So. It's an intriguing time for Algerian football. Yeah, I think they needed this. They needed a wake up call. They need to refresh. It's a refresh time.
Yeah, no, 100%. And Angola have had some good. Do you know what? I want to do this, but I want to do it in a different way actually. Because instead of going through round by round,
can we just show the table?
Can we just look at the table?
There you go.
Yeah. So if we just apologies because I know we've wasted time now.
No, you're good.
But, I just wanted to start. So we've spoken about these teams here.
Yeah.
We're just concentrate on Group D. Obviously, Angola top in the group, getting two wins and draw. The draw against Algeria, and then going to win 3-2 against Mauritania. Also winning against Burkina Faso. I think Angola played very well in this competition. What would you say about them?
They're my biggest shocks. I had no hope for this team before this AFCON. Like with Equatorial Guinea and Cape Verde, Cape Verde have been in AFCONs before and done well.
Yeah.
Angola have shown nothing since 2010 because they qualified for the World Cup 2006. Yeah, that was their golden generation time. And what they have done in this AFCON, I don't think anybody saw coming. Nobody. I mean, 7 points is ridiculous. If they got 4, okay, fair enough. They beat Mauritania, get a draw against Algeria. But they topped the group with Burkina Faso, Algeria. It's crazy considering that they're also missing their 2 best players because those 2 guys didn't want to come and represent the nation. They rejected. And now look what they did. So just shows you, I think, sometimes in international football, because, you know, some people want to equate it to club football. It's about a unity. It's about everybody having one goal. And clearly this Angolan team just said, hey, you 2 don't want to come? We'll show you what happened. But yeah, they have one midfielder, Freddie, bro. That guy is balling out. He is their Pirlo. He is their Pirlo, man. He is dictating play, finding passes, free kicks, everything. He is. If he doesn't play well, they will lose. If he plays well, who knows with Angola?
Especially in that Algeria game, he was because I remember doing a watch along for that game as well. That Freddie guy is just. He's different, bro. He's different. Burkina Faso obviously coming second in the group with a win against Mauritania, a draw against Algeria. As we know, obviously Algeria has been poor. Actually losing against Angola 2-0. Obviously, Angola right now are looking very strong, as we said. Burkina Faso, they're looking good. They're looking good. It's just. I think a few things need to be tinkered with going into the next I think defensively they need to just tweak a few things just to try and shore up the defense, better shape, just to stop conceding goals because they've managed to score goals in their games, but it's just conceding goals. Like even against Algeria, I believe they drew 2-2. Yes, they did. So even Algeria drawing 2-2, like. They really could have gone into that game, and if they had a shored up defense and had a good defensive shape, I think they could have come out of that with a clean sheet. I don't think Algeria are too threatening this AFCON, especially with their players. So yeah, listen, for me, I think Toxic Tash is also asking which 2 players.
It's Nzola and Helder Costa. Those are the 2 players that rejected Angola.
Damn, they're frauds. They're 100% frauds.
they're definitely frauds.
That's crazy.
No, but you know what it is with Burkina Faso. The thing, they never really perform well in the group stage, but then somehow they make a semifinals. They always do it. They always do it. Burkina Faso. They don't look flashy. That was actually the first time they haven't scored a goal in the AFCON for 15. No, they went on a streak of 15 straight games in the AFCON scoring a goal. That was the first time they've kept a clean. Somebody kept a clean sheet against them in like 3 editions of the AFCON. So shows you the work that Angola done. But I'm not too worried with Burkina Faso because they got some ballers on that team, man. You don't want to play against them. I really do not want to play against Burkina Faso. Those like Kabore from Luton Town that guy's playing as right winger. He's not even a right back for Burkina Faso. He's a right winger. And then they got Bertrand Traore. They got Dango Utare from Bournemouth. So they got some ballers on Burkina Faso. So I would not be shocked if they make a semifinals because they always do it every single time.
Yeah, no, 100%. And obviously Mauritania coming third in that group. Listen,
what the heck, man? Do you know they were 207th ranked in the FIFA rankings in 2013?
That's crazy.
207th. And now they've won an AFCON game against Algeria. Sometimes football is just amazing, man. They were San Marino like 8 years ago, and now they're winning a game in AFCON and going to round of 16. It shows you if you have a proper structure, because there's a video out about how like Mauritania have gone to this stage. They just used the money well that FIFA gave to them. They built the proper facilities, and look what's happened. They've actually now made it to round of 16. So first ever victory in the AFCON. That was crazy moment, man. That was absolutely crazy.
Yeah, 100%, and we will get into all of that with Morocco because there's actually a similar story towards why Morocco have actually gotten to where they are in the World Cup, and people may think, oh, what's happened overnight? It wasn't even an overnight thing, guys, bro. Yeah. It's there was some serious work behind the scenes to get it where it is. Mali top in the group against. Or in the Group E, top in the group, managing to get a win, a draw. Tunisia, beating Tunisia. Tunisia in this. Should we speak about Tunisia first, actually? Because
no, man, I don't need to. Those guys are wasting. Those are a waste of my time. They might be the worst national team in the world to watch. They might actually be the worst. They're worse than like San Marino actually played decent football. Tunisia don't even try and attack. I don't know if you watched the second half that they played against South Africa. They didn't even have anything. They didn't have any urgency to win the game. It was horrible, man. They actually they got talented players like Laiduni, Skiri, and these guys, Achuri from FC Copenhagen, but they did nothing. They did I've seen better football in the Asian Cup than Tunisia. It's a waste of time, man. They need to go in a totally new direction. They need to find a striker. Some striker in the streets of Tunis is there to be a striker for this national team. I can guarantee that because they ain't got nobody.
Yeah, listen, they need to bring somebody in because I feel like right now with the way that they're looking, they just need to do a refresh, start from new. Exactly the same as Algeria. I think you could put them both in the exact same bracket.
I would actually say Tunisia are in a better position because they have, I would say, some really good midfielders. The problem is they just don't have any threat. Nothing going forward.
Yeah, that's true. I can agree with that. South Africa. South Africa in this tournament. First of all, Tau, in that first game, because I did the watch along for that first game, and Tau actually, bro, he was pissing me off like differently, bro. Like he was pissing me off because I was like, okay, let's drop it like this, yeah. If you're gonna fuck up every time, why not pass it to somebody who might not fuck up? You know what I mean? Instead, he takes everything, every single thing, and I think South Africa managed to. They had the win against
Namibia.
Was it Namibia where they actually smacked them? And was it Zwane who was scoring?
Zwane, I think, got 2 goals in that game.
bro.
And then Percy Tau decided to score a penalty in that game and not against Mali.
Honestly,
Man.
I think he looks sharp, man. He looks sharp
Yeah.
for South Africa, definitely. In my opinion, what are your thoughts on South Africa? We'll just jump on them up. Mali. What are your thoughts on them this group stage?
If I were you, Saad, I'd be very worried about South Africa. I would be, because they don't like. If you look on paper, you're like, okay, most of their players come from Mamelodi Sundowns. They're a damn good team, though. Mamelodi Sundowns. They play some good football.
Hmm.
They actually work as a unit. They might not have the stars, but as a unit, they can, I think, test any team in Africa. Any team. So that's going to be the issue for Morocco in that round of 16 game. In this group stage, they could have easily won 2 games on top of this group had Percy Tau decided to have his shooting boots and not do a reincarnation of Darwin Núñez in that first half. Because my God, man, he tried to do his best impersonation of him. It was horrendous to watch Percy Tau. And Mali have so many ballers, man. So many ballers. But it's similar to Tunisia. They just don't have anything going forward. They don't have a clinical striker to get them to goal. They move the ball well, really get into dangerous positions. But that final end product and the striker to get the crucial goals is just not there. It's just not there for Mali. Pretty on the eye, but nothing. So I think all of these teams, like Namibia, it's a mere miracle that they've made it to the round of 16. It's a miracle. Some of them guys are like backup players in South Africa. I think one guy plays in Kosovo League, if I'm not mistaken. So what Namibia are doing is sensational. Do I give them a chance in the round of 16? No. I mean, they're going up against Angola, so they got a chance. They got little bro, though, by South Africa. I mean, South Africa showed who was big bro in that game. They really showed them. Overall, this group, I don't really see any of these teams going far. I think South Africa, Mali, quarterfinals max. Winning it, no, I don't see it for either one of them.
Yeah, no, 100%, and I think the reason why they did that madness against Namibia is because of losing their first game. So they were like, oh, you know what I mean? They hurt them, bro. So South Africa had to come out and say, no, hold on a minute. We cannot come out like that, drop that shit performance, and then try to go to the next game and act like nothing happened. You know what I mean? We have to go out and show that we were hurt by that and we have to fight. And they literally put them to the sword. So, I mean, listen, big up to South Africa. We will speak about the game against Morocco versus South Africa in the second half of this show. But moving on to the final group. Morocco. What are your thoughts? I'll let you start because I've spoken enough about Morocco on this channel, bro. But what are your thoughts on Morocco this AFCON competition?
In parts, Morocco look like the best team, and then in parts I think they just take their foot off the gas. I think, in my opinion, like the game yesterday against Zambia. They completely dominated that first half. That was like an AFCON winning performance. They were so good. Boufal was playing on the streets of Casablanca. I mean, he was balling out. Unahi was balling out. Ziyech got the goal. Then the second half, they just kind of stopped. And then Zambia almost equalized in that game if it wasn't for Bunu. So this is the issue. You guys create a lot of opportunities. But I always say this on my videos. Yes, En-Nesyri got the most crucial goal in Moroccan football history by scoring against Portugal. But he is not a clinical striker. I don't look at any of your forwards and think to myself, yeah, they're going to get a goal in this moment. No. So you're missing that gunman. If you had, like, I don't know, who would be a good example? I'm trying to think. Maybe Victor Osimhen. If you gave although Victor Osimhen has been terrible in this AFCON, if you gave him all the opportunities that you have created, I think you guys would be a lock to win this AFCON. I really do. You guys clearly are playing good football. Down that right side. With the right side with Hakimi and Unahi and Ziyech, they just ball out. Every single time they ball out with the link-up play. But my fear is you play the pretty football, but you don't get the job done because you don't kill off teams. You have to kill off teams as one of the big nations. You have to sort of get that identity within your team. If you don't, then you're going to suffer a surprise defeat. Like Morocco lost in 2019 to Benin.
Yeah.
You remember? Yeah, you guys.
Yes,
I think you won.
yes.
I think you won all 3 games in the group, and then you lost to Benin of all freaking teams. So
Mm.
Morocco are a good team, but they were my pick before the tournament. I just haven't liked how sometimes they just take their foot off the gas. But maybe they're conserving energy. Who knows?
You know what? Yeah, I think Tisselly for me coming on. I think that was big. I rate him,
Yeah,
to be honest. I think he's good. As Azuli coming on as well, I think he looks very good off that left side. Do you know what I mean? He has the confidence to take on his man to try get past him, and he also has the pace as well, which I think he could definitely catch up or go past his man and get that ball back. Do you know what I mean? And
yeah.
see Unahi in the midfield. Ah man, he's like my prized possession, bro. Unahi, man, he's just like my
He's
prized
so
possession.
good.
He's just
He's
so
so good.
techy. Bro. Just his footballing ability, yeah, is at such a high level. I still can't understand why no Premier League team went for him. I don't know.
I don't think he would do well in the Premier League. I'm going to be honest.
Really.
I think he would be. I think he would ball out in La Liga. La Liga is screaming for him. He would ball out in La Liga. You put him in a Real Betis or Athletic Bilbao, although Athletic Bilbao will never do that. You put him one of those teams, he will ball out. Premier League, I don't think so.
Yeah. No, listen. I don't know. I don't know. I know it's physical. I know they're pressing you consistently, and yes, he needs time on the ball. But even I've seen him in tight spaces doing the little 1-2s. I think he could do something. I think he could do something.
Yeah.
Maybe not to the level. Maybe not to the level. You won't be able to show his skill that much to the level in the Prem. But I definitely think he could do something. But DR Congo, another team who have actually managed to get second. They've drawn all 3 games. They drew against us, which, to be honest, for large parts of that game, they dominated us. They actually looked like the better team. So they've definitely shown that they can play with the big boys. They've definitely shown that they can, even though they come up against Morocco, who, to be honest, I've got problems with the starting 11s that we played in the first 2 games. I don't know what Amallah is doing in there. I don't know what Shibi is doing at left back.
Well, I mean, you
to be
have no
honest.
other left back, so that's kind of the issue. Because I don't know when Mazraoui is supposed to return.
Apparently, Mazraoui is supposed to be back for the South Africa game, so that he's going to be
Okay.
back for the South Africa game, which could make it a bit
Okay.
interesting.
That would be good.
Yeah, it'll make it interesting. But DR Congo has definitely shown that they can be good at times and they can control games. It's just whether they can put their chances away. Even
Yeah, that's the
yesterday,
thing. They're just not clinical, that team. They're not. They
Yeah.
play good football. I really like DR Congo. Like, if you can't score goals, you're not going to win most games.
yeah,
And yeah, I really thought they dominated you guys in that second half. When they played against Morocco, I was like, okay, no, they're balling out here, but they just couldn't take their chances. So that's going to be the issue when they go up against Egypt, because Egypt have a good attack. Egypt are going to leave them space. DR Congo have to take advantage of it. Have to. But I really like Wissa. He's shown good form at Brentford, and he's showing it at AFCON as well. He's been really good for DR Congo. They have a very good team. I'm excited to see what DR Congo do. They are AFCON heritage as well, so you got to respect them always.
Yeah, exactly. They are AFCON heritage. Exactly. Zambia came third. Unfortunately, they needed to do something against us. Even if they got a draw,
It would have been enough.
they would have been it would have been enough for them to actually get into the round of 16. But unfortunately, they couldn't do enough, and they ended up losing against us. I think they had moments in this group, but again, just not enough. Just not enough to get past the line. And I believe
Those guys didn't want to attack, man. The tactics were horrible. They were horrible from them. They have a really good team though. I mean, they like Lamek Bonda, that left winger, bro. He was causing Hakimi havoc. That was the good battle to watch. He was so quick. I mean, he's been really good with Lecce in Serie A.
Yeah,
but man, the problem is they just were too conservative. I think that's the word. Too conservative through this group stage. Had they just taken the game to the opponents, they should have beaten Tanzania, because Tanzania are by far the worst team in this group.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's really disappointing from Zambia, because they had a really good groups, really good qualifiers. They even beat Ivory Coast. I think it was 4-0 during the qualifiers, and now nothing, man.
Yeah,
No bite.
and to be honest, even Patson Daka, seeing that guy come out of all the work again.
Oh man,
Last time we saw him
that guy missed so many chances as well. Oh my god.
Hey, you know what, man? If Patson Daka was on my team, I would have migraines, and technically, right now, he kind of is, bro. Because the amount of I can't be talking with the amount of shots that Al Nassr was missing throughout this campaign, so I can't really talk.
I think
right
Patson Daka would have missed twice as much as Eniziri though, because
But-
that guy
definitely.
was so wasteful.
Yeah, no, 100%, 100%. And as you said, Tanzania, unfortunately, they just had a terrible tournament. It's unfortunate to say. It is
Yeah.
unfortunate to say, but
They're just trying to build for the future because they're hosting the AFCON in 2027. So it's just about building the future and getting the younger players experience. I mean, they had a crazy campaign because they sacked their manager. I mean, I don't need to go into that because that's a lot of politics involved in that.
Yeah, that's...
So it was really an intriguing group stage from Tanzania overall. They almost beat Zambia. That would have been their first ever AFCON win, but maybe it will happen in 2027 for them.
Yeah, no, 100%, 100%. And moving on to the games that are coming up for the round of 16. I believe I can bring it up here. If I go,
just a knockout. There you go.
There we go. So, starting off with the first one, Nigeria versus Cameroon. Who have you got for this one?
That's AFCON. That's AFCON heritage right there, bro. That's AFCON heritage.
It is. I saw that group. I was like, oh, you know what?
That's I don't know what's gonna happen in that game. Generally, that's 50-50 for me. Because apparently, Abubakar is coming back for the game. So if Vincent is back, you don't bet against Vincent. You don't.
Yeah. I mean, Abubakar is too much,
during this in the AFCON, you're taking Abubakar over Osimhen all day, every day, all day, every day. But they're rivals, man. They are rivals. They border with each other. Obviously, Cameroon gave them their biggest heartbreak ever for Nigeria. I think it was the 2002 AFCON final where Cameroon beat them in Nigeria in the AFCON final. It was a dark day for the Super Eagles. I still think Super Eagles are going to win, though. I think Nigeria are going to win, though.
Really?
I think Osimhen is going to rise in this game. After all the slack he's gone, rightfully so, because of the horrible chances he's missed. I think he's going to put a couple away, and they've actually been really good defensively. Like Calvin Bassey has been a beast, absolute beast. The problem is they just have not been clinical. But Cameroon, defensively they're not good. They're not good.
Yeah.
If Onana starts, it's guaranteed win for Super Eagles. If he doesn't start, then it's 50-50.
Yeah, they might be able to save something, but with Onana in goal, there's always a risk. There's always a risk with Onana in goal, unfortunately.
Bro, that one game he played was such a shambles.
That was shit.
Did you see this? Did you see the sequence that he came and talked to the guy who was taking the free kick?
Yeah. I was like, what did you say to him? Firstly, what can you say to him? Like, what can you say? Seriously.
Nah, man, that guy's he's got main character syndrome. That's what he's got.
Yeah, 100%, man, 100%. He thinks he's the dog's bollocks, to be honest. Fucking just because he plays for Manchester United, like, relax, bro. You're really not that guy. You're really not that guy, man. Lacey and I have to disagree with Michael on this one. What are you disagreeing with Michael on?
Probably the prediction.
Oh, saying that the Nigeria are gonna win. She probably thinks that Cameroon maybe have a chance in this one. For me, listen, I think Nigeria could just edge it. I think it's gonna be a close game. I think it could be like a 1-0. It's not gonna be one team is gonna be peppering them consistently. Definitely gonna be a close game. The next game, which I actually don't think is gonna be as close as we think. I think Angola are actually going to be very good in this game, to be honest. I think they're going to play very well. I think they could beat them maybe 2-0. You know what I mean? Keep a clean sheet.
Yeah. I mean, I have Angola winning 1-0. To me, I think they're just a bit stronger than Namibia. If Namibia are clinical, because they have created a lot of good chances during this AFCON, then they can surprise. But
Hmm.
with the way Angola are going and defensively how strong they are, I don't think this is going to be a very exciting game. I think it's only going to be 1-0 Angola. I think that's just going to be. I think we've got so many like high scoring and crazy games. I think the round of 16 is going to go back to normality. We're not going to be on this Pluto Mars business anymore. We're going back to Earth. We're going to have calm games, calma, and Angola win 1-0. I think that's what's going to happen.
Next game, the next, we'll go from down here, and then we'll go to the big freaking this crazy over here. What's going on over here?
On the right side, yeah.
The right side is looking booky, bro. It's crazy over there, man.
That's
gonna be. You're gonna have to fight through hell and fire to get out of there. I can't lie.
You got to be happy that Morocco's on the left side, bro. If I'm Nigerian, Cameroonian, Cape Verdean, or Moroccan or South African, you got to think to yourself.
Yeah, I'm happy, bro. I'm happy that we're on that side, bro, because that side we can take. Bro, if we finish second, we would have been on that side. We would have been coming up against Egypt right now. Hey, no. Bad luck charm, man. Bad luck charm.
Yeah.
But Cape Verde versus oh my god, I forgot the team. Mauritania. That's it. Cape Verde versus Mauritania. Where are we going with this one? Because I think Cape Verde are just too strong.
Yeah, I think Cape Verde are too strong. I think Mauritania gave all their effort for that Algeria win. I don't think they're going to have the legs for this game. Cape Verde, they rested guys for the Egypt game and still got a draw. Like they're ballers, man. They're actually ball. I really like watching them play. So I think it should be comfortable 3-1 win for Cape Verde. But if somehow Mauritania win this game,
that's crazy. That is crazy.
Yeah,
that would be crazy.
It's even crazy that Cape Verde are doing this, considering that they only got 600,000 people in the country.
Yeah,
that's a borough or district in London, and they're doing this at an AFCON and beating, drawing with Egypt and beating Ghana. So I think Cape Verde. If they go up against Morocco or South Africa, I think we might see Cape Verde in the semifinals.
Rah,
I think so. Yeah.
Hey, listen. We're not going to talk too much about that yet. Calma. There is time. You know what I mean? We're not there yet. But I think this is going to be a 2-0 for Cape Verde. I think they won't concede. And that's no disrespect to Mauritania. I think Cape Verde right now are just, like you said, they're just playing so good. They are just playing so good right now, to be honest, for me. And I'm enjoying seeing these teams play like this. I'm enjoying it. Because it shows like it doesn't matter who you have in your team. If you ain't playing like a team, you ain't winning. It's as simple as that. If everybody ain't pulling their weight, you ain't gonna go nowhere. Do you know what I mean? So you all have to pull your weight.
I mean, like Cape Verde, even though they don't have big names, the way they play, they almost look like a club team. The way they're just structured, every player knows their assignment, and when they get the ball, it's just so direct. They kind of obviously, being a former Portuguese colony, they have that sort of Portuguese like flair to their game as well, which is really beautiful to see. I mean, Bebe scoring those crazy free kicks. I don't know what's going on with this team, man.
Where does Bebe come from, bro? Where does this guy come from? Last time I saw him, bro,
I think he plays at Rayo Vallecano now in Spain. I think so. I could be wrong.
How old is he now?
31, I believe.
Fucking hell, Bebe, man. This guy, bro. Last time I saw him, bro, this guy K Rose was doing a madness, bro, coming off the bench. It's crazy, bro. Now he's doing free kicks for Cape Verde. Hey, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. But moving on to the next game, my beloved Morocco versus South Africa in the African Cup of Nations round of 16. What are your thoughts on this one? Let's get your thoughts first before I go into it. And obviously,
I would be worried if I were you. I would be worried. They played against each other last year. I think it was for the AFCON qualifiers.
Yeah,
South Africa beat Morocco. So the teams are familiar with each other, and with the way South Africa play, when they counterattack, they look very dangerous. Defensively, they do give up chances. So it's just a matter of which team is going to be more clinical, because I think we're going to see a lot of chances in this game. Who's going to be more clinical? I think it's going to penalties. And I mean, I know which keeper I'm backing in the penalty shootout, and that's Yasin Bono. So but I think South Africa are really going to give a good game. Really good game. One thing they have is they have very good fullbacks. The midfield is lacking. I mean, the midfield is good, but they're going to have to play at an exceptional level going up against, Unahi or whoever's going to start, either Saibari or El Kanous, obviously Amrabat. They're going to have to play exceptional games. We'll see if that happens. I still think Morocco should be winning it, but we've always seen this in AFCON.
What I'm gonna say, yeah, is if we play the midfield we played yesterday, bro. All I'm saying is, yeah, it might get peak for South Africa. It can't lie. Can't lie. Might
You're
get
gonna get
peak.
clipped. You're gonna get clipped for that.
No, that's all good. Listen. It might. But listen, I have belief in my team. I think
should.
I think that we should be able to go into this and be able to win it, not comfortably, because let's still show South Africa some respect. Let's not completely disrespect them like as if they're just one of these lower teams that just didn't deserve to get into the round of 16. Do you know what I mean? They played their way through it and managed to actually drop teams, put them to the sword. We saw what they did in the group stages with their win 4-0. So I know that South Africa's definitely got goals in them. It's just whether we can stay defensive, because I think we're defensively solid at times. I definitely think that we can. Our defenders, Roman Sais was off for the last game. I don't think it's an injury. I think he just rested him.
They rested him, yeah.
So luckily for that, you know what I mean? At first, when I saw him, he wasn't even on the bench. I started panicking. I was like, is he injured? You know what I mean? And I see him just chilling in the crowd. He's just relaxing. He's in shorts. He's relaxing. So, yeah, listen, I think going into this game, I'm definitely I'm comfortable. You know what I mean? I don't think we're gonna lose, but even if we go without scoring a goal, or even if we go without scoring a goal and they don't score a goal and it's 1-1, or it's 0-0, or it's even 1-1, and we go into penalties, like you said, bro, I know which goalkeeper I'm gonna bank on, and I know which goalkeeper is gonna do their job, and that is my goalkeeper. He's done it. He's done it against Spain, who in themselves are a whole different beast. So I think he can very well do it against South Africa. Do you know what I mean? So I'm comfortable right now, but let's not disrespect South Africa, because they're definitely a good team. Do you know what I mean?
And I think Morocco will definitely be worried of South Africa because they obviously beat you guys last. I think the game was March or April, somewhere around then. So they will know what threat South Africa pose. Yeah, pose. There we go. That's the word in English. Pose. I still think you guys should be winning it. If En-Nesyri doesn't come up clinical, I mean, I would bench the guy, to be honest.
I don't know if he's really game now. I genuinely don't think so.
No, I think he will. That is Rigagi's guy.
Look, he showed so much. Like, bro, look, he showed like he was, because somebody said it. He was playing like Gabriel Jesus from Arsenal, bro.
Like El Kabi.
Yeah, he was doing all of the pressing. He was pressing from the front very well. You know what I mean? Getting the ball back for us, helping with the build up. Do you know what I mean? I like that.
Mm-hmm.
It was different from seeing Al-Nasseri. Do you know what I mean? It was different.
Yeah. And En-Nesyri is not going to be a guy who gets involved in the build-up play. But the one thing is, because obviously Percy Tau is going to play on the right wing. If it's GB, because obviously Hakimi is going to play right back, that's an area where South Africa, if they're going to counterattack, they can really target that side of Morocco, because GB is, I would say, decent level. If it's Mazrui, obviously Mazrui is just going to go on the attack all the time. So you're going to leave yourselves exposed, and Percy Tau in South Africa can take advantage of it. I think this is going to really be a close game. That's why I said it's going to penalties.
Yeah. I don't mind Atiata Allah starting again. Yeah, I really don't mind him starting again. I think he played very well. He was offering help when needed on the flank, and he was also defensively sound. So I think it's definitely going to be an interesting matchup. Definitely an interesting matchup. Now moving on to the right side of death. What's going on? Starting off
with this is like the gates of hell almost. This is
it really is. It really is. And we're starting off with Burkina Faso versus Mali. What are you thinking for this one?
I actually think Burkina Faso are going to win this game.
Really?
Mali are a side, have good players, play decent in the group stage, do nothing in the knockout stage. Nothing. They're just a good side. So I'm going to go with the team that I know has the heritage in, making it far in AFCON, and that's Burkina Faso. They have the experience, and I think they got players that can really hurt Mali. I mean, they got ballers, man. The guy, Kamori Doumbia, the 20-year-old that they have, is insane talent. I mean, he scored 4 goals in a game last month in Ligue 1. He's an unreal player, and Basuma, of course. But there's just something about Burkina Faso. You can never write this team off, and I think they're actually going to beat Mali.
Bro, you know what, yeah? Can I just say your football knowledge is crazy. Man said the 4 goals he scored in Liga, I was like, huh? I'm just going by what I've seen in the competition, bro. You know these players' backstories, bro.
Man, I'm not some prem merchant, bro. I'm not about that business, man. When I speak football, I speak facts.
You know what? I go. The furthest I go out of the Premier League is I watch Serie A. That's literally
that's a good league to watch.
I watch Serie A because I like Serie A. I've always liked Serie A.
You're not gonna find me watching freaking Burnley versus Nottingham Forest.
Yeah,
you're not. I'm not watching dead football like that, bro.
Yeah, sometimes.
The only time I really watch Premier League is like the top games. That's the only time I really watch it. Yeah.
And obviously, I'm assuming Liverpool games as well.
Well, of course, every Liverpool game, of course.
Yeah, of course. Come on, man. Yeah, you got to
back the boys. But who do you think is going to win this game? Because this is like, I would say this is also 50-50 between Mali and Burkina Faso.
Bro, I know you're saying Burkina Faso could win this. I think this is going to go to penalties. I think this could be one of them that goes to penalties, whether it ends 0-0, 1-1. I think it will go to penalties. Just because they from both sides, they've got the skill, and they've got technically they're good. Do you know what I mean? So I think this could genuinely end in a draw. For me, I'm gonna go to 1-1. I think they'll both score. I'm gonna go with a 1-1. I think this is gonna be the draw. I think I'm gonna say Burkina Faso to win it on penalties.
There you go. Join the club. Join the winning club.
I don't think they'll win it outright, but I think they'll win it on penalties. And that's for me. Now this is what you call the blockbuster. This is the blockbuster. The home nation, Cote d'Ivoire, versus the cup holders, Senegal. What do you think is gonna happen in this? Bro, you're already shaking your head because you know, bro.
No, because I don't know if you've seen the news, but obviously Ivory Coast sacked their manager.
Yeah,
so apparently today they reached out to Hervé Renard.
Oh my god.
To be like alone as a manager for this turn. This is honestly, if this happens, that Hervé Renard is going to manage in the Senegal Ivory Coast game,
bro.
This AFCON is peaked.
First of all, that piece of shit. Yeah, fuck that guy. That's number one. Yeah, fuck that guy. Because what he did to Morocco, yeah, I won't forget, bro. I won't forget.
Hey, he led you guys to World Cup.
I don't care, bro. I don't care. The way we performed was shocking. I don't care.
In the World Cup or in the AFCON?
Both.
Nah, the World Cup was difficult, bro. You had Spain and Portugal in the same group.
Yeah, but look what we're doing now. We had Belgium, bro, and Croatia. Yeah. And look at the football we're playing, bro. Come on, Michael. I can't stand for it, bro.
Nah, Hervé Renard is my goat, man. That guy is a goat for me. The man with the button-down T-shirt, winning 2 AFCONs. If he comes back and wins this AFCON, he's the GOAT manager. I don't care what anybody says.
He does that, bro. That's crazy.
Nah, crazy. I don't know what to expect, bro. Because we always talk about like manager bounce in Premier League and football in general and club football. What the hell is going to happen in this game?
Can you imagine if he comes in and beats Senegal?
No, that would be insanity.
That is going to be crazy.
Yeah, we don't know if he's going to be the manager yet, but even so, like Ivory Coast got a lifeline now because Zambia lost because you beat Zambia. They got a lifeline now, so they better perform. I mean, the last image they got is a 4-0 walloping from Equatorial Guinea. If they don't perform and if they lose this game, Like if Ivory Coast lose 2-1, give a good account of themselves, okay, they can be positive because Senegal is a good team. If they get walled up 3-4-0, oh my god, I don't even know what the streets of Abidjan is going to look like. Those players got to be careful because Senegal, but you've seen this so many times in AFCON. A team looks so damn good in the group stage, they'll lose in the round of 16. I will not be shocked if Ivory Coast win this game because that's how this tournament is going.
Yeah, honestly, this tournament's been full of surprises, bro.
Yeah, on paper, like Senegal should be winning this game. They should be, but I have a funky feeling about this. I don't know why. I have a funky feeling.
You might call this one. You know that. You might call this one. So what's your score prediction then?
No, I'm still going Senegal 2-1.
Are you going Senegal 2-1?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the 2-1 to Cote d'Ivoire. I just want to go with the you know what I mean, the underrated one, you know what I mean? They're not necessarily underrated, but I want to go with the scoreline that nobody's going to go with. You know what I mean?
If Ivory Coast win this game, that would be insane.
Listen, it will be insane. It will be insane. Big up El Guapo as well, saying Morocco dunking on everyone. Bookmark it. Yeah, we're bookmarking that one, man. We're going to keep that. We're going to keep that, man. But yeah, I think 2-1 Cote d'Ivoire. Obviously, you're saying 2-1 Senegal. They could win it. Here's an interesting one, which I think could go a positive way, not for Egypt, but I think Congo could actually win this. I think they'll win this. I think they'll dominate the game. The way I saw them before against us, if they do that against Egypt, I think they genuinely could win that game. Honestly.
Yeah, I agree. I think DR Congo are winning this game.
Really? How big the scoreline though? How big?
I think it's going to penalties, and I think DR Congo win on penalties. Yep, I think it's gonna be 2-2 and go to was it 1-1? I think it was 1-1 and it goes to penalties. I just can't trust Egypt defensively, man. Those guys cannot defend to save their lives. They can't. So the problem is, DR Congo are just not a clinical team. And another issue is like, no matter how bad Egypt look, doesn't matter. They always rise in the knockout stage. They got that heritage, man. They got that heritage. So let's see what happens. I never want to back down against Egypt, but I don't know if you heard the player Ashur, the number 8 for them midfielder. Yeah. Apparently he got concussed because he tried to do a backflip in training. So he's out for this game.
Oh my God. Bro, and he was looking like one of their best players, bro.
Bro, he was balling out against Cape Verde. Yeah, apparently he's out with the concussion now.
Oh my God.
Yeah, bro.
This is some Neuer moves, bro. Didn't Manuel Neuer do the who dropped the jar on their foot?
Jar on the foot. I mean, Manuel Neuer, he broke his foot skiing. A jar? Yeah. I'm not too sure about a jar.
It was an old player, bro, in the early 2000s, man. He was opening a jar of jam, bro, and I think it was a jar of jam.
I mean, that sounds like a Naby Keita injury, if I'm not going to lie.
And he dropped it on his foot, and then he completely freaking broke his toe, bro. So he was out for 8.
My God.
And people were like, what the fuck are you doing? Yeah, listen, I think this could be a 1-0 to Congo. I don't even think that they'll make it to food.
Why? You don't even think Egypt is going to score?
I don't.
Actually, they like Egypt are actually.
I know they've been playing
going forward.
I know they've been playing good, but I feel like Congo at times, they've looked like they can really take control of games. So I feel like they can be Egypt. If Egypt take control of this game, then yes, they can win it. But if Congo take control of this game, we saw what they done against us, bro. They took control of that game. They were like, "You ain't having it back. No. You ain't having the ball back. You get the ball back, we're pressing you with 3 guys. Bang, gone. You know what I mean? We're taking that ball back off of you."
And with the amount of space the Egyptian defense gives, I think DR Congo can take advantage of it. It should be an open game. Hopefully, it's a really open game because that will be fun to watch.
Oh, that would be beautiful. Honestly,
I think it's going to be really fun to watch that game.
Yeah, 100% for me, man. 100%. And moving on to the last game, which is Equatorial Guinea versus Guinea. What are you?
Who's the best Guinea in the world?
Who's the best Guinea in the world?
Because I'm not counting Papua New Guinea in this conversation at all, bro. Not counting them. I think this is going to be old school Equatorial Guinea. They're going to go old school way like they did in 2021 AFCON. They're going to win 1-0. That's what they do, man. Before this tournament, I called them the Burnley of Africa because all they did was just play 1-0, 1-0, 1-0, and then Emilio Nue guy would always get the goal. Now they're scoring for fun. So I think though this is going to be a lot more tighter game because Guinea actually they have a really good team on paper, and they've shown against like Senegal at times. Like, okay, defensively they can be strong, but with the way Equatorial Guinea are going, how clinical they can be on the counterattack, I think they can get the 1 goal and advance to the. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, with the way Equatorial Guinea are playing, they can win this AFCON too because they got a solid goalkeeper, solid defense, and a striker who's just on fire right now. So do not sleep on Equatorial Guinea, people. They might win this AFCON.
There are so many teams. Like I'm happy that there's so many. Sorry, I'm just trying to put my charger in the.
There you go.
In the thing, but there are so many teams that are.
There's about like 5-6 teams that can win.
Yeah, honestly, it is crazy to me, man. That we're getting this. This is going to be one of the most entertaining. Oh, I don't know what happened there.
See, you wanted to remind people that Morocco are Duncan and everyone. That's what you wanted to do.
Oh, that was an accident, guys. Sorry, my bad. I'm just so excited, man. I think this one. I have to agree with you. Give it a rest. Yeah, I know you had the little ding for the PlayStation.
I heard the button in the background
too. Listen. It's all good, man. It's all good. You know what I mean? That's what I used to right now to charge up my phone because trying to get around there is too much.
You're really using the PlayStation to charge your phone.
Well, I'm gonna play it as well, but you know what I mean. That's the excuse that I'm using right now.
That's the excuse.
But listen, I think I'm gonna agree with you here. I think it's gonna be a 1-0 to Equatorial Guinea. I think they're just gonna play strategic now. You know what I mean? You don't need to show too much space. If they leave you space, then fair enough. You can go and attack. But once you get that first goal, let's just calm it down, slow the game down. Let's try and get them to, because they're going to want to speed it up to make them make mistakes. Do you know what I mean? So Equatorial Guinea are going to be playing that sort of game plan for me. And yeah, so that is the round of 16. Oh, these fucking headphones. That is going to be the round of 16 done and previewed. Hopefully, hopefully these teams, Nigeria go here, and then Angola go here, and Nigeria go there, and then obviously, you get Cape Verde there, and you get Morocco there, and then bang, Morocco beat Cape Verde, and then they go up against Nigeria, and we beat Nigeria, and we come up against. I don't even know who's coming over there.
If there's one thing we've learned with this AFCON is never assume. Never assume.
Yeah, you can't, bro. You can't right now.
You can't. Nah.
It's so open, bro. It's so open. But listen, thank you very much for tuning in with us, guys. Michael, thank you very much for joining me, my brother. It's been a pleasure to do this stream with you, guys. Make sure you're subscribing to his channel. I will put it down in the description actually right now. Let me just get that done right now. But guys, make sure you're subscribing to the channel. Make sure you're subscribing to his channel also. Anything you want to say to the people before we end off?
Never assume an AFCON, people. Never assume. If Bafana beat you, oh my God, that watch along with. I see a couple of South Africans in the chat. If Bafana beat you, oh boy, Saad, you're in big trouble. I'm running.
I'm.
Somebody will put it in somebody in the chat will put the time that you said that the clip I said, and I'm gonna play that for you if you lose. Oh,
I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna be pissed, bro.
I would be pissed too.
Because if we go out to South Africa now, I have to be. I'll be like I won't want to watch the AFCON anymore, and I have to, bro. I have to because I have to keep up the content. Even if we go out, I have to keep up the content here because I want to see. I'll watch the AFCON anyway, but do you know what I mean? Because I want to see who's gonna win it. But I think we can get through. I think we can get through. We'll
man. This is definitely like the most. Since I've been watching AFCON, I've been watching every AFCON since 2006. This is the most unpredictable one I can remember. I have no clue who's gonna win. No clue. Last time around, I kind of figured that it could be either Senegal or Ivory Coast or one of those two teams or Cameroon. This time around, I have no idea. Like Morocco were my pick before the tournament, but I'm not even confident in them. With the amount of upsets, bro, anything's gonna happen. Anything,
bro. Anything.
If it's a Cape Verde Equatorial Guinea final, that would be the greatest final ever.
No. That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy.
That would be the greatest final ever,
bro. If that happens, listen. First of all, I'm not gonna be about in it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna have to quickly go about. You know what I mean? Just relax. Go stare at a wall or something. Try and calm down. Drink
hey
my
man,
tea.
the next AFCON's in Morocco. You're gonna have a good chance there.
Yeah, come on, man. We there, man. I'm gonna go to Morocco for that one, man. I'm gonna be there live.
I'm gonna try and go there too, man.
Bro, I have
to go there.
I've got houses there, bro, so I could definitely go there, man, and do my thing, man. But listen, guys, thank you very much for joining us. I put Michael's linked in the description, so go and subscribe to his channel, show him some love, please. And we will see you guys on the next one, people. Take care.
Take care, people.
Okay, it's not even ending. My whole system is sorry, people. 1 second, because my whole system is just like, okay, fair enough. Can it end? What's